Hey everybody, it's the beginning of March. I think it's the second week of March now. Dryer's running, so if it buzzes, I apologize. And you can probably hear it ticking in the background. Um, Currently waiting on Emily to finish her hair, getting dressed. I think it's been a half hour already, but as usual, she wanted to get herself a little fancier today because she wants to do a baby pick or baby bump pick. So just kind of waiting on her. I get my Girl Scout cookies today. It's one of the things we got to go out and pick up, which I'm happy about. Last year I didn't find somebody that was selling them, and this year I found a little girl in the Nextdoor app that was selling them. But wasn't really the point of making this video. I had the free time, so I thought I'd make it because it's been in the back of my head for about a week or so now. With having a child on the way, it tends to put different things into your mind, and it makes you think of the friends that you have and the ones that care about what's going on, and who's keeping in touch with you, who you lost touch with. And one of the things that's really been in my head is the bridges I've burned and where those people might be now. Some of them I have no idea. And even some of them, it's not bridges that you've burned, it's just bridges that have been built bigger through time. And you might not have a bad past with that person, but you don't have the connections you used to. And with that thought, it also puts into my mind, what friends do you have now? Who is here? Who is paying attention? Who is sticking around? And as you get older, it's not like, well, my life isn't like the TV shows. And a lot of times you see on TV, you see the groups of people that are still friends, the people that are still talking to each other, and middle-aged people that have these big groups to go hang out with. I don't have that. But then again, I never really did. I don't think I did. I've always just had those few individual friends that stuck around, that were there for you. And it does make me think about the bridges that have been burned over the years with some of the friends that were there for me. And it makes me think, do you reach out to them? Do you try to get those relationships back? Are they too far gone? Is it what's worth it and what's not, I guess? Because when I first got with Emily, things were really up in the air. Things were back and forth. We were both still young, her more than me, obviously. And neither of us knew where this was going and what was going to happen. And some of the bridges I've burned were useful. They kind of got burned, rebuilt again, and then they finally fell over, and those friendships ended. They're good or bad or ugly. And I can think back to some of those bridges that burned that were worth burning, that would have only caused trouble keeping them around, keeping those friends nearby. And then some of them, I think, I know at least one bridge that I burned completely. It was fully my fault for the burning of it, and it's not going to come back. And that is one bridge that I miss. But there's a bunch of those bridges that I'm glad I burned too. One more recently than the others. was definitely not one worth having, because that bridge, not, it didn't necessarily burn down and get rebuilt. It's more or less they put a roadblock sign up and didn't drive on it for a while, and then the person would come back into your life, and the roadblock went down. But then for whatever reason, that became a ghost town and then came back again. Who knows? I can't say that one bridge that I'm thinking of in my head, I'm glad is burnt, because it wasn't one worth keeping around, because it was toxic on my end to me. But it's definitely something that's been on my mind. You know, is it worth trying to get those friends back that you did burn the bridges on? Or is it just better to keep them burned? And it seems to be harder to build new bridges, not for the ones that need rebuilt. But as I get older, trying to create close friends seems to be even harder. Because, you know, when you were kids, or when you were younger than you are now, those bridges were created by getting to hang out with each other, getting to physically be around and talk to each other. Now, obviously, COVID makes that harder, but you, as an adult, I don't feel I get the physical friendship and experiences that I did as a kid, because, you know, you go to work, you come home, eat, sleep, and shower. Not necessarily in that order. And you really don't have time. You know, your own friendships kind of get, you don't have that ability to make those friendships because you don't have the time. And, you know, you might have those odd friendships online that, yeah, you speak to here and there, or you have that little connection with, and you see a poster and you comment on it. But it's not those close friendships that you used to have. You know, one of my friends that I got close to in college, he's married. I don't remember. I don't think he has kids that I know of, but those two moved out of state somewhere. I don't remember where he lives now. But, you know, he's one of those guys that always makes sure to check in with me every once in a while, and, you know, sends that Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Thanksgiving type of message, and you get to talk to him for a couple minutes, and then that goes away, and then, you know, that one comes and goes all the time. Not having that person here kind of gets hard. You know, I know I still do have those couple friends that, you know, we are distant, but if I make a phone call, 9 out of 10 times they would probably show up. You know, they helped me move twice. Having a new life come into your life that is yours to take care of puts it into your mind. I don't know if retrospect is the word, but it puts into your head that who's there for you, and do you wish certain bridges were still up and moving. Emily's finally ready. I hear her coming downstairs, so stay safe, take care of yourself, take care of each other.